What's up, people? It's Leah, and welcome back to another home decor video. In this series, I am redecorating my entire home top to bottom, mood boarding, reorganizing, showing you renter-friendly hacks, fun DIY projects, and I am bringing you along for the entire process. And this actually marks the halfway point of the series, which is very exciting as we tackle the bedroom today. So let's get started. So calling it a bedroom is maybe a little untrue. It's not a room, it's more of a nook, a bed nook. Here's the thing, when I was looking to rent an apartment, I sort of had this idea in my head that if I didn't work from home, I would live in a studio apartment. So I was looking for an apartment with a living room that was big enough that I could treat it like a studio apartment. I could have my bed and my couch all in one room, and then the bedroom I would use as my office. I did kind of luck out with this layout though, because it's sort of an open floor plan throughout with the kitchen and the living room and the dining nook, which, first of all, this dining nook is bigger than my living room was in my New York City apartment. It's got plenty of room to house a bed, and I personally do not really think it's that close to the kitchen. There's still a ton of space between this nook and the kitchen. It doesn't feel like it's directly off of it. So when I saw it, I immediately thought, yes, this is gonna be my bed nook. I don't need that big of a dining room table or this much space for a dining room. So I'm going to get the studio apartment of my dreams. All of this is going to exist in the same room. And then I've been using the bedroom as my office, which, don't worry, those videos are coming as well. But today, the focus is the bedroom. So let's hop in there and figure out what works, what doesn't work, and what we want to change. The first big thing that I'm seeing is this space at the end of the bed. It's gone through a few different changes since I've lived here. First, I had this little black end table. I've also had this sort of chestnut wood toned and gold end table. Both of these end tables actually will be living in the apartment, but they're going to be in different rooms. I just don't think that this is the best way to use this space at the end of the bed. I was running through a few ideas. Part of me thought maybe get a console table, put a TV in here, but I landed on a different idea, which I'm very excited to explain once we get to the mood boarding. The space above the bed is really bare. In general, I don't really have any artwork in here at all, but I do have a lot of stuffed animals, and don't worry, those will be staying as well. I'm really not a huge fan of the curtain choices I have in here. First, the curtain rods are actually a dark brown color. They aren't black, and it does kind of bother me because I want all of the accents to match. So I need to find new curtain rods that are going to be black. Also, these silver curtains you've seen before in the entryway, they didn't work out there. They also are not working in this bedroom. We definitely need something different. And the black ones as well. I'm also taking these down. These ended up in the doorway outside of my bathroom. I do like having this curtain up, having a little bit of separation, but I'm not sure if this is the place I'm going to put it. I have had it on the other side of the bedroom before, and depending on how the layout works out, I may be moving them back to that side. I also had previously had my bed on the other side of the nook as well, so it was flush with the window on the other side of the nook. Again, I am happy with the location of the bed now, but I do think that we need a different bed frame. I'm going to try to sell this one on Facebook Marketplace. Ideally, I'm looking for something that has a headboard with shelves on it. I also, for the longest time, did not have any sort of end table besides the one sitting at the end of the bed that sort of serves no function. I did really want one for the other side of the bed where I'm laying my head down, something small, something compact. So I did end up buying an end table that I can slide underneath the bed. And so rather than the end table being next to the bed, it's sort of like incorporated into the bed. I need to put wheels on the bottom of this end table that I made just to give it a little bit more height and to make it easier to move. But I am happy with this solution, and I'm looking for a headboard that matches this style of end table that I got. And just in general, what we're looking for in this bedroom is just a more cohesive design. I definitely need more artwork, more room to display things. I need to figure out what I'm doing with the space at the end of the bed. And though I am not going to put my TV in here, I do think that this room is going to be the best place to have my projector. So when I talk more about how I'm using the space at the end of the bed and the bed frame, I'll explain how the projector is going to be incorporated into this room. But now that I've looked at the room and I know what I want to do with it, let's get to mood boarding. So I sort of immediately knew what I wanted the color scheme to be in this room. You saw that I had this sort of velvety purple duvet on my bed. I am actually keeping that purple, and the color scheme for this room is going to be purple, 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 and more purple. We're basically just working within a gradient of purples with some black and gray neutral accents. And I know this is gonna be controversial, and a lot of people are gonna be like, this room looks crazy with all this purple. And all I have to say to that is I don't care. This is my room and this is what I wanna do with it. Finding some pictures on Pinterest did prove to be a little bit difficult for me because the design style that I'm working within is more of an inspiration than a direct imitation of, and that is the Kawaii style. The Kawaii style is a Japanese style, which basically just translates to appealing in an endearing or a cute way. And the reason I'm interested in Kawaii style is because I'm really, really into anime and displaying anime art within my home. With the rooms that we've decorated so far, I feel like I haven't yet expressed that part of my style, my love for anime, my love for the manga art style. And I felt like my bedroom was the perfect place to incorporate this and make it a bit kawaii. It's really gonna help that I have a lot of these stuffed animals, that I'm working within this purple color scheme. Typically in kawaii, especially for a bedroom aesthetic, you're gonna see more pastel colors, but it does work within the realm of pastel pinks, blues, and purples, sort of the dreamy color scheme. So for me, with the purple that I'm using, the pastel is sort of more of an accent color, and we really are working more within the jewel toned purple, which is why I'm saying it's kawaii inspired and not directly kawaii. So on the mood board, as I said, I am going to be keeping this purple duvet that I have, and I found this bed frame here where I think the woods are going to match the end table that I have, and it has a little bit of shelving for me to display some more kawaii stuff. And here is my fun idea for that little space at the end of the bed. I'm going to create a floor reading nook. So I want to get a purple floor cushion. I think that these gradient pillowcases will be really fun. And I'll probably have some of my stuffed animals down here just to make a fun, cozy little reading nook on the floor at the end of my bed. And I'm going to make the separation a little bit stronger by actually building this bed frame backwards. So there won't be a headboard. I'm just gonna use my pillows as sort of a makeshift headboard. And what's supposed to be the headboard with these shelves and stuff is actually going to be the footboard, creating a nice separation between the bed and this floor cushion. And just adding to the coziness of this little floor nook. I know a lot of people don't like tight, confined spaces. I'm sort of the opposite. It feels sort of cocoony to me, and that's what I'm looking for with this floor nook. Also continuing to lean into the purple, we're going to get some purple sheer curtains for the 2 windows and hang some string lights. As I said, I'm not going to be using the headboard for the bed frame, so the way I hang these string lights may actually also serve as a sort of visual headboard for the bed. It's looking real purple. I'm excited with this mood board. I think it looks so cozy. I think purple is a great color for a bedroom because it is so warm and cozy, and I'm excited to see how it all comes together. So let's clean out the bedroom. I was able to sell my old bed frame on Facebook Marketplace, so I had been sleeping on the floor for a few days. So I'm excited to get this cleared out and get to building my new bed frame. I said, I am going to build this bed frame backwards. The headboard part is going to be the footboard. But what's great about this is even though I will be planning on sleeping in the direction I had previously been sleeping, so the pillows are going to be against the wall, since I'm not putting any artwork on this wall above my bed, instead I'm going to frame it with some string lights. I am going to put my projector on the footboard facing that blank wall. So anytime I want to use my projector, I can just flip around, put my pillows on the footboard, lean against that, and watch movies and TV in my bedroom with my projector. I think this is the perfect room for it, and I'm happy I found a good home for my projector. Okay, now that the bed frame is made, incredible. I'm still unsure if this is weird or fine, but I'm gonna say it's fine. But yeah, there's these light strips that you can attach to the headboard that I skipped. I'm gonna go back and get some light into this headboard. So fun. And look, I can change the colors to any color. Let's try the different modes. Oh, the purple's nice. Oh, that one's good. Slow the speed down. All right, time to build the floor cushion. So I've been having a little bit of trouble figuring out how I'm gonna do this floor cushion. Basically everything I'm finding is number one, out of my budget, but number two also is not exactly what I'm looking for in terms of size or style. So I remembered, Leah, you know how to sew things, you know how to make things. Let's make this a DIY project. So I'm heading to Joann's. I'm going to pick up the supplies I need to make the floor cushion, and we're gonna do that. I'm bringing along my pillowcase just so I can get some color comparison and make sure whatever I'm buying matches. And I think this is a great option rather than spending way too much money on a floor cushion. I very quickly decided that I did buy the wrong fabric. I shouldn't have gone with something stretchy. I also shouldn't have gone with something that's sort of velvety. We're just kind of getting a little bit too much of that at this point with the duvet, with the pillows. I should have picked something a little less lush, I guess, for this floor cushion, but that's okay. I do also have a throw blanket I was planning on putting down here anyway. It's something my mom made for me. So we're gonna go with it for now. I'm still gonna show you the tutorial, but this may be something I change in the future and is a fun project to put on the back burner to do this again. But to get started, I cut the main panels for the floor cushion, which I cut at a length of 61 inches and a width of 25 inches. My cushion is going to be 60 by 24 with a 3-inch height, but the reason I'm cutting 61 and 25 inches is because you want to add an extra inch for seam allowance when you sew these pieces together. Then we have to cut the pieces to accommodate for the height of the cushion, which I said is 3 inches, but again, we're going to cut it with a 4-inch width to account for seam allowance. The longer pieces are going to be, again, 61 inches, and the shorter pieces are going to be 25 inches. Then we are going to pin the pieces of the perimeter together, remembering to put your seams on the inside. So we're pinning together the inside of the fabric, and we're going to turn it inside out when we're finished. Now let's sew this perimeter together. Now we are going to pin the perimeter to the main panels. We're gonna do it with the front and the back, get that all sewed together, but we're going to leave one end open and hand sew that at the end so that we can stuff the cushion in. Now that everything's sewed together, let's flip it right side out and stuff the cushion in. So you'll see that all of the sewing lines that I made are on the inside, and the outside we just have clean, crisp seams. Now I need to cut the cushion down a little bit to fit, and we're going to hand sew the edge. As I said again, this was a hard fabric to work with. I shouldn't have gotten something so stretchy. I had to continuously measure throughout to make sure that it was the right size, and I just think it would have been easier to use a sturdier fabric, but it is what it is. Let's get the nook organized. So here we are in my little reading nook, which is very cozy. I put some stuff on the windowsill over here. It's kind of hard to see, but we've got some stuffed animals, some crystals down here as well. And then on this side here, I ended up hanging this curtain. So it's just on a regular tension rod. And this way I can kind of hide the underside of the bed, because beforehand you could just like see the bed. You're not gonna be able to see it. But another thing too is we have these cords coming down. So this is from the projector, and this is going back into plug in on the headboard. And then the cords are just tucked behind here to make it look nice and neat. So we're done back here in the reading nook. It is all finished and ready for some reading. The nook is looking great. The bed frame is looking great. I honestly thought it was gonna look a little weird having the headboard be the footboard, having my pillows just up against the wall, but honestly, I think it looks great having this really tall footboard, especially now that the nook is here. So I'm happy with it. It's the last couple days now getting the bedroom together. There are a few little projects that still need to be done, so let's get into that. Okay, we're gonna hang the curtains in the bedroom. For the longer window, I'm just gonna use this guy right here, nothing special. And then on the shorter window, we've got these ends. And this was totally an intentional design choice, and not because Target, where I got these, only had one of each. So yeah, totally intentional. It wasn't just me being lazy and not wanting to go to another store. But honestly, I think it'll be fun. Why not have two different curtain rods? And we got the curtains for the more narrow window. Those curtains are gonna be longer. I did get the same curtains for both windows, but the ones for the window near the bed, I got shorter ones, but for some reason those are not arriving for another month, which is weird weird that I got the long ones, but not the short ones because they were from the same company. But it gives me time to see what it looks like, you know, just having the one curtains up. So we're gonna put the long ones in and just get a feel. It's gonna be a lot of purple, but that was sort of the intention. But I feel like I'm gonna have to sit with it for a few days and see if it's too purple. But I think it'll be good. It's a relaxing color. All right, let's get to hanging the curtain rods. So today is the last day that we're getting stuff together in the bedroom. I need to change the light bulbs. I need to style the shelves on the headboard, footboard situation, and I need to hang some art. Now, I actually originally had all of these in my office, but I thought that they'd work well in here with the color scheme and kind of the theme. So we are getting a little nerdier in this room. So this first thing I have is Faye Valentine and a piece of art. Both of these I got from street artists in Colombia. I've had them for a while and I've never really displayed them properly. So I think this is gonna look nice. And then to go with the hand-drawn style, I actually am gonna put a piece of my own art in here as well. This is Rem, a character from an anime that I really like called ReZero. So yeah, we're gonna put them on this wall here because I'll be able to see them from the bed and I'll also be able to see them from the nook. So let's get them hung and then finish off everything else we need to finish off and show the big reveal. The reason I'm changing these lights is to have some color changing light bulbs above my bed, especially since the lights on the headboard are color changing, as are the lights that I'm going to put above the bed. I did end up reorganizing the footboard bookshelf. The time lapse I showed you was just sort of like the initial putting everything out and seeing what it looks like, but I did find it was a little bit busy. I took majority of the nail polish off. I just wanted it to be a little bit more simplistic, so you'll see it in the final reveal, but it's mostly just the crystals. I still have the Funko Pops there, and a few books. And though the books I was placing, I was trying to keep within a certain color scheme, I decided that if the book didn't have any sort of emotional connection to me, I was gonna flip it backwards so that you could see the beige pages rather than the title of the book. So yeah, some of them I just don't really have emotional connections to. I don't feel like I need to look at them, but the books that I do feel connected to, we're gonna face outwards so I can see the titles. And of course, as I said, we're all working within the same purpley color scheme. And I finished styling my bed with some of my stuffed animals, including this new friend right here. This is Frankie, the modeling bat from Tattoo Zoo. Tattoo Zoo sells all of these plushies that are designed by tattoo artists. They have a ton of really cute options to choose from. And if you use my code Leah15, you can get 15% off your first order. These are such cute gifts to get your friends. And it's so cool to see the work of all these different tattoo artists, especially Frankie. She was my favorite. She's so spooky. She's got Salem above her eye. She's got a little jack-o'-lantern over here. So many fun little Halloween tattoos, and she's so cute. She obviously matches, and I feel like she's the perfect way to finish off my bed for that kawaii-inspired bedroom. And the bedroom is finished. Time for the big reveal. The original bedroom was just the first step in having my purple Kawaii-Inspired bedroom, and I'm so glad I leaned into the purple. I cannot wait for the second set of purple curtains to arrive. I think it will really tie this together. The reading nook is so cute and cozy. I have been using it, and I especially think it's gonna be nice in the winter time when I'm not as inclined to sit outside. My mom's blanket works really well in here with the gray and the black colors, which were my accent colors. And even though the other color isn't exactly a purple, it's more of a raspberry red, it kind of feels like it would be the next gradient that we would see in the pillows that I picked for down here, so it definitely works. I love the way the footboard is styled. It's not totally crammed full of things, but you're definitely getting to see a lot of my personality, a lot of the anime that I like, with the artwork as well. And of course, getting to have a place for my projector is ideal. And I love the way these string lights frame the bed. And Frankie looks so cute sitting with my other stuffed animals. Thank you again, Tues, for the cutest plushie I own. I wasn't sure how the purple on purple on purple was going to look, but now that I'm seeing it in action, I love it so much. These curtains get to have a bold pop of color while still being sheer and letting the light in. And all in all, it has just been a great, cozy, warm, dreamy place to lay my head at night. Thank you so much for coming along for another video, my Kawaii-inspired bedroom. Don't worry, we still have a ton of videos left in the series. We haven't gotten to the office, we haven't gotten to the living room. I'm very excited to show you what I have in store for that. If you're enjoying what you're seeing, please like and subscribe and comment down below. It helps me reach new people and grow our lovely community. It's been such a joy making these videos for you, and I want to be able to make them for a long time for you. But for now, I'll see you in the next one. Peace out.
Let it go. 얼어붙어 like whoa. 띵하고 어지러워. I see. 한여름에도 넌 겨울. Yeah, girl, yeah, 너와 있을 때 I swear. 제가 먼저 zero 폭설한 게 chill day.